My fiancé sighed. My parents think you should pay for the wedding. It's tradition, I replied. Then they can marry you. Then I canceled every vendor I'd booked. My fiancé secretly opened a $44,000 credit card in my name to force me to pay for an $80,000 wedding. I found out she was planning to financially ruin me 3 months before our wedding. I'm David, 31. I was engaged to Jessica for 6 months, together for 3 years before that. We were planning a spring wedding, or at least I thought we were planning it together. The conversation that changed everything happened at her parents' house over dinner. Her father, Robert, waited until dessert to bring it up. David, we need to discuss the wedding budget. Of course, I said. Jess and I were thinking around 30 to 40,000, split evenly. The silence that followed should have warned me. Son, Robert said carefully. Traditionally, the groom's family handles the wedding expenses. I looked at Jessica. She was studying her plate. We're both working professionals, I said. We plan to handle this together. Her mother, Linda, jumped in. The venue Jessica wants is $25,000 alone, with catering, flowers, photography. We're looking at $80,000 minimum. I kept my voice even. That's significantly more than we discussed. Jessica deserves her dream wedding, Linda said. You want that for her, don't you? I didn't say much after that. In the car ride home, I asked Jessica if she knew this was coming. I might have mentioned wanting something bigger, she admitted. Bigger than we agreed on? David, it's my wedding. It's our wedding, Jessica. She crossed her arms. My parents think you should pay for it. It's tradition. I pulled into our parking spot and turned to look at her. Then they can marry you. We didn't speak for the rest of the night. The next morning, I went to the gym early to clear my head. When I came back, Jessica was on the phone. She hung up quickly when she saw me. Her phone was on the counter when I went to shower. A text notification lit up the screen. Did he agree to pay yet? Keep pushing. Men always cave, eventually. Your father did. It was from Linda. I stood there for a long moment, then made a decision. I opened her laptop, she never logged out of iMessage, and found a group chat called Wedding Planning. I started reading. 3 weeks earlier, Linda had written, I found the perfect venue, $25K, but so worth it. Jessica's response, oh my God, Mom, it's gorgeous. But David will never agree to spend that much. Don't tell him until we're further along. Book it under your name, we'll figure out payment later. The messages continued. Jessica had booked a venue, a photographer, ordered her dress all without telling me. Linda's advice throughout. He'll have to pay for it once everything's booked. What's he going to do? Cancel his own wedding? Then I found something worse. Jessica, 1 week prior. Okay. I booked everything, all on a credit card David doesn't know about. I took screenshots of everything, then called my credit monitoring service. There was a joint credit card in my name that I hadn't opened. Current balance, $43,750. I called the credit card company first. I need to report fraud. I never authorized this account. Then I called a lawyer. Mr. Harrison, she said after reviewing the screenshots. Your fiancé has committed identity theft. You have documentation of premeditation. We need to act quickly. What do I do? Cancel everything she booked. Most vendors will refund when you explain the situation. File a police report. Let me handle the rest. I spent the afternoon on the phone with vendors. Most were understanding when I explained I hadn't authorized the bookings. The venue tried to keep the deposit until I mentioned the forged signature. We'll refund it in full, they said quickly. Jessica came home at 6. I was sitting at the kitchen table with printed copies of everything. Hey babe, what's all this? Sit down, Jessica. Something in my tone stopped her. I found the credit card, I said calmly. Her face went pale. I found the group chat with your mom and sister. I know about every vendor you booked behind my back. I know about the $44,000 in debt you put in my name. David, I can explain. You forged my signature. That's fraud. That's a felony. I just wanted a nice wedding. You wanted a nice wedding on my money without asking me. That's theft, not wedding planning. I slid a folder across the table. Everything's been canceled. Most of the deposits were refunded. The ones that weren't? You can pay them yourself. You canceled my wedding? I canceled a wedding I never agreed to pay for. I kept my voice level. I've also filed a police report for credit card fraud and retained an attorney. I pulled off my engagement ring and set it on the table. We're done. Her parents called within the hour. Linda was screaming. How dare you humiliate our daughter? Linda, Jessica committed fraud. She opened a credit card in my name and spent $44,000 without my knowledge or consent. That's what you're supposed to do. Pay for the wedding. No, that's what you think I'm supposed to do. I never agreed to that. Neither did Jessica. Apparently, she just decided to do it anyway. Robert took the phone. David, let's talk about this like adults. I'm happy to talk like adults. Adults don't forge signatures and rack up tens of thousands in debt in someone else's name. That's what criminals do. We raised her better than this, he said quietly. Then I suggest you have a conversation with her about that, I replied, and hung up. The next week was a flood of messages. Jessica apologized, begged, offered counseling. Her mother called me selfish. Her sister Amanda apologized on Jessica's behalf. A friend of Jessica's called me a piece of shit for abandoning her. I responded once, I didn't abandon her. She stole from me. There's a difference. The credit card company completed their investigation. The signature on the application was clearly forged. She hadn't even tried to match my handwriting. The debt was transferred to Jessica's name only. My lawyer sent a demand letter. We settled out of court. Jessica agreed to pay me $15,000 over 2 years and to stay out of my life. I didn't press criminal charges. I just wanted it over. A month later, Jessica posted an apology on Instagram. It was long, carefully worded, taking responsibility. Hundreds of people liked it. Her mother commented about being proud of her growth. I blocked them both and moved on. Amanda messaged me a few months later. Jessica's engaged again. 3 months of dating. He's wealthy. My parents love him because he agreed to pay for everything. Good for her, I said. David, he has no idea what happened with you. She told him you left her for someone else. I thought about warning him. Then I realized it wasn't my responsibility. Thanks for telling me, Amanda. Take care. I ran into Jessica at a grocery store about 6 months after everything ended. She looked stressed, thinner. David, hi, Jessica. I heard you're engaged, I said. Congratulations. Thanks, Brett. He's really great. I'm happy for you. She shifted her basket. I wanted to say I'm sorry for everything. I was so obsessed with having this perfect wedding that I forgot what actually mattered. I hurt you. I appreciate you saying that. Are you seeing anyone? I am. Her name is Rachel. 4 months now. Jessica's smile faltered slightly. That's great. I hope she treats you better than I did. She does. She actually wanted to split the cost of our weekend trip to Napa. Jessica laughed sadly. Sounds like you found a good one. I did. People ask if I regret how I handled it. The truth? No. Jessica didn't just want a wedding. She wanted a performance. And she didn't care what it cost, literally or figuratively. She lied to me for months, stole from me, tried to manipulate me through her family. And when that didn't work, she committed fraud. That's not someone you marry. That's someone you walk away from. Rachel and I got engaged last year. Small proposal. Just us. At sunset on a beach in Oregon. We're getting married next fall. Budget, $15,000. We're splitting it evenly. Both sets of parents offered to contribute. We politely declined we want to do this as partners. The venue's a barn in wine country. Rachel's dress was $800 from a sample sale. We're doing a taco truck for catering. It's going to be perfect. Not because it's expensive or Instagram worthy, but because it's ours. I got an email last month from someone named Brett. David, I'm the guy Jessica got engaged to after you. We broke up 2 months ago. I found out about the credit card fraud. She tried to do the same thing to me. I got out before the wedding. Thank you for leaving a paper trail. My lawyer used it. You probably saved me from making the biggest mistake of my life. I hope you're doing well. I wrote back, Brett, glad you got out. I hope Jessica gets the help she needs. But that's not our responsibility anymore. Take care of yourself. Then I closed my laptop and walked into the living room where Rachel was reading. What was that for? She asked when I kissed her forehead. Just grateful for you, she smiled. I love you too, weirdo. Rachel and I got married in September. Perfect weather, surrounded by people who loved us. Total cost, $14,200. Best money I ever spent. Not because of the wedding itself, but because of what it represented. Marrying someone who sees you as a partner, not a checkbook. Someone who values honesty over appearances. Someone who would rather build a life with you than perform one for social media. I didn't dodge a bullet with Jessica. I dodged a lifetime of debt and manipulation. Her parents called me petty for canceling that wedding. I call it the smartest decision I ever made.